So it's been a few weeks since my last video. I think I'm just about done, so I want to show more or less what the finished product is. Let's see, I got the demo done, so let me show you that. It typically works. It's weird because everything is pseudo-random, so it should always give me the same results, but sometimes it doesn't work. Almost always, though, so let's hope it works this time. So it starts off by showing you the map for a few seconds, just like in the original. And then it goes into the demo. It does the same commands. I had to play with the timing in order to actually kill the stone giant like it does in the demo. It definitely is not identical. You can see you're kind of being chased by a knight instead of it coming through the door at the end like in the original. But it's pretty close. Closer than most that I've seen. Usually they just run in a corner and swing at nothing. So hopefully I'll actually swing at and kill a stone giant. So this is the demo playing itself. I'm not typing anything. It's typing in the full commands just like it did in the original. And hopefully a stone giant will come around the corner and we'll kill it. Oh, there he is, coming around the corner. Alright. So this gives you like a good little intro of, how the game is played. Just, normally you don't have enough strength to kill a stone giant with one shot like that. Okay, so that's the demo. It's very similar to the original. It has the same commands. You do kill a stone giant in the corner. So I say close enough. And then it just keeps repeating. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the game and show you some of the other things. Let's see, what do we have here? Alright, so one of the things that I added on the menu here, we have a volume control. I actually have it a lot lower than I usually do, so you might have a harder time hearing the sounds on here. I default it to the middle. I hate that most games seem to default to just being really loud, and if they don't have a volume control, I wound up having to do the volume control on my computer, which is very annoying. So I started it halfway, and then you can crank it up if you want. There's also a creature speed change. It starts here, which should be the same timings as the original game, but in the original, because the hardware could not do what the software was asking it to do, it simply was not fast enough or powerful enough to do the timings. You'll find that on the original hardware, the game is much slower than on this setting. That's just because modern hardware can actually, if you say to do something in 1.5 seconds, it's going to do it in 1.5 seconds. It's not going to be all hung up trying to draw something on the screen and not actually be able to do it in that time and take 2.5 seconds or something. So if you crank it all the way up, it is essentially no delay. So every time you get your turn, and you can still chain your commands and things like that, but as soon as the creatures get a turn, there's no delay and they can go immediately. This is like a tenth the normal delay all the way here, which is normal. Somewhere around here is half the normal delay. And then if you go this way, it can go up to 3 times as slow. So even in the middle setting, the default setting, it's still a lot faster than the original just because of the hardware differences. Let's see, what else do I have? Save games. So in the original, you can do ZLOAD. So that works, ZSAVE, ZLOAD. There's also a disk version, which I found, which is useful for actually playtesting the original. And you could give it ZLOAD or ZSAVE with a word, and it'll save it under that. So I implemented that as well. So you can do a normal ZLOAD and ZSAVE, and it'll just do it like the original game. But you can also give it like a name. Well, this is almost identical, except there's no items here, so I just saved it after I put them in my backpack, I think. But let's give a better example. Very bad save spot. And I'm fainting, and Snake's going to kill me. But at any rate, you can see that you can save as many save games as you want. the limitations of the name are just like in the original game. It doesn't take any special characters, doesn't even take numbers. It's all just capital letters. It's all you were allowed to type in the original game, so that's all you can use for save game names. But any name you want will work. Let's just run until I faint again. Alright, so that's not very exciting. What else do we have here? Okay, so every 5 minutes in the original game, while you're on a level, so if you're running around on level 1 and let's say it takes you 15 minutes to complete it before you climb down, during that time, every 5 minutes, the game will automatically create a new random creature that is not active. You'll only see them if you go down and then come back up. You'll notice, like, if you go back up to a level or you go back down to a level, all of a sudden there's creatures there that were never there before. You can get galdrogs and rats and stuff on level 1. So what it actually does behind the scenes is every 5 minutes it creates a new random creature, and just they're inactive until you climb back to that level, and then they are active. So I've implemented that as well. In the port of the SDL C++ port, there's an option to have them regen more quickly than 5 minutes. That would be a nice option to add at some point. Right now it acts like the original. So if you're on a level for a long time and you climb down and climb back up, all of a sudden you can have a lot of creatures, some of which are very nasty for the level. Let's see, so we got the sliders, I showed you guys that. So I also implemented where you kill the wizard, and if you kill the wizard's image, you get teleported down to the 4th level, so you can get to the 4th and 5th level now and complete the game. It has the animation. I don't actually have a save spot there, and I am not going to play this down to killing the wizard. I did have a save spot. I guess I overwrote it. That's too bad. But at any rate, when you kill the wizard's image, you get teleported to the 4th level now. And if you kill the wizard, it should do everything it did in the original game, where all the creatures freeze, and it gives you a special lighting where you can see the secret doors and all that kind of stuff. So the game should be complete. I haven't actually play tested it to the point where I can get all the way down there, so I'm not entirely sure that it works. Ooh, that's nasty. Okay, so there's still some bugs that I have to fix, apparently. Specific situations where you're starting from like a pause position and then you pick that option. I guess I'd better look at that. So I basically have to play test and fix bugs, go through the original, see if there's any differences, things along those lines. Otherwise, all the gameplay is there. You should be able to get through the entire thing and kill the wizard and incant the ring and all that good stuff. So I'm going to say it's just about done. I don't really want to spend too much more time on it. I want to get on to other projects. It's been fun. It's been a learning experience. It's been nice seeing behind the scenes all the different things that went on in the original game that I've been kind of obsessed with on and off throughout the years, especially when I was young and playing the original. So it's been a fun experience. At some point, I guess I'll probably go through and finish debugging it and actually put a version out there somewhere. And probably release the source code. Probably won't be for a while. I think I'm going to start up another project. So there won't be any more videos probably for a good long while until I'm ready to actually release it. Hey, we actually got him again. How about that? So just wanted to kind of cap off my development experience with a final video. So thanks for watching.